Go.
Greetings and salutations. I'm the Raven. In the driver's seat this time is StarprincessHLC.
Hello. Blah, blah, blah.
Blee, I'm not a vampire. Oh god, the Raven Crew plays Magicka. If they didn't break that game long ago. Oh, the chaos. But yes, this is not Vlad. This is Archimedes, I think. Vampire therapist. We've been sitting here 2 weeks in the exact spot, and he's been tormenting us with that goblets of blood on the table there, and we couldn't leave the chair.
How dare?
Not a man. Not a. But yes. Oh yes.
Yes. Back to more therapy for the undead.
Yeah. You got any drinker's blood?
I know you are joking. You will not dilute your blood before a session.
Yeah, I know. You're right. I just don't know who I'm meeting tonight. Is it gonna be Dr. Drain or that Lord Luridus fella?
You only met a single individual last time, and you meet only a single individual this time. Do not let Dr. Drain's avoidance of accountability confuse you.
You saw the guy, though. Lord Luridus ain't nothing like Dr. Drain.
And why do you think that is, sir?
Actually, Drain hasn't been blaming his other half for anything, really.
No.
He's not had a chance. Look, his other half, I still say it's him, though it's not in the whole Jekyll and Hyde thing where it's a case of it's the same guy, but the filters have been turned off. Opposites attract just seems... I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, real life has improved for Sirrat, which means chances are it's not joining us, so we've lost the brain cell. So it's just us chuckle fucks.
Yep. I'm gonna make a guess and say this one.
Well,
I think it's the same.
It's easier for Dr. Drain to blame Lord Luridus.
Correct, sir. A mild change in personality would be within Dr. Drain's control. Luridus is not, and therefore Dr. Drain relinquishes control. Prepare yourself, my friend. Let us find the darkness that lives within Dr. Drain.
Lost way.
Okay, at least we're keeping the core distortions the same.
If I remember, it was shields, labeling.
Yep, should
Training.
is the main one.
Yeah.
I'm assuming labeling.
Disqualifying the positive
Positive.
was a big one for the doctor.
Yeah.
He controlled Flashy because he believed he should be doing better than he believes he is.
Yeah. I always feel Nosferatu thinking was in there too.
Problem is, I don't remember what that is.
Well, blaming probably, because he's usually... Because there's a kind of bit of blaming on each side.
Yeah.
Well, let's give those ones a try.
Alright, I think I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
No fear, sir. I shall not let Dr. Drain hurt you, no matter what he has called himself. Do what you do best.
I'll try.
I promise.
He's now wearing a red and white checked dress with a bonnet. With a duck puppet on his hand.
Okay,
Going back blood.
it's the doctor today.
Somewhat taciturn today, then. And don't be upset with me. I did warn you about that beast. At least now you recognize the urgency in being rid of him. Perhaps now we can stop beating about the bush and actually fix my addiction problem. I'm here to help, but if we're gonna lick this thing, we gotta do it honestly. That means getting to the root of the problem. I tire of this self-examination process. There must be something efficacious that I can do. Perhaps some sort of aversion therapy. I am willing to do whatever it takes to make that villain just go away. But you gotta be willing to address the big old elephant in the room. And what is that?
He's kind of hot. It's more you.
I will.
More this one, I think.
I think it's the first one.
You and Lord Lourdes ain't two different people. You keep talking about him like he's someone else, but you both got the same brain in there. Complete and utter nonsense. You've met him. We share absolutely nothing in common. And what's more, I am fully aware that he hates me. Take a look at this note he left on my desk. That's supposed to be you there with the micro penis?
Ignore the micro penis. What about the mini balls?
Indeed. Juvenile humor, to be sure. Certainly nothing I would produce. Ain't he got the same penis, though?
We're just gonna stay on this picture for a while, aren't we?
Quite so. I have no doubt he does the most terrible things with it.
Thank God I'm keeping this on as an After Dark series.
Penis. Something ain't adding up here, Doc. I resent what you are suggesting. I have no effect on what Lord Lourdes does.
Control fallacy, I think.
Yeah.
Nope.
Dr. Drain seems to assign himself no responsibility at all for the actions of Lord Lourdes. Is this fair?
I resent what you are suggesting.
Okay, blaming then.
I know you're a pretty responsible fella, but you're giving Lord Lourdes more credit than he deserves. What on earth are you talking about? You know that old stereotype mortals like to spread about us where we can't go into a place until we're invited? A ludicrous idea with no basis in scientific truth. Ain't you giving Lord Lourdes your permission to come in and do what he does when you take that plasma stuff? I didn't invite him in the first time. I had no idea what I had created. That his presence would become an addiction was not known to me. Dr. Drain, you're a scientist. Your stock and trade is in facts, ain't it? Let's leave thought out of this for now. You gotta be my scientist here and stick to what we know. Very well. Yes. The genesis of Lord Lourdes was in the actions and choices I took. Are you quite satisfied? Doc, we ain't here for my satisfaction. You really think that? Well, the fact that I am upset right now certainly lends credence to the idea that you are trying to shame me. I won't lie to you, Doc. The people that Lord Lourdes has hurt probably would have a bone to pick with you. But I ain't here to punish nobody. Well, that ain't the way to help you. In this room, we're working together. You're doing the hard work, and I'm just giving you support. Catch my drift, partner? And so you do me even greater shame through kindness. I cannot win. Perhaps I should simply let that beast, Lord Lourdes, have his way with me.
Well, that's a should statement.
Come on now, Doc. You're jumping right to doom there. There are so many ways this therapy thing could go for you. It ain't we destroy Lord Lourdes or Lord Lourdes wins. Jumping right to catastrophe just ain't realistic. Already you're fighting him by being here. That means there's definitely something in the middle. And working together, we'll make things better. Maybe not completely better, but this work ain't never done. Of course, I am forgetting myself. I'm not usually
Doctor, you need to get yourself
I
a social life.
Yes.
I ain't expecting you to be perfect, Doc. And I don't want you to expect perfection from yourself either. What I'm asking you for is self-compassion. That ain't erasing blame. It's just approaching yourself from a place of understanding. That's a scientific method, ain't it? I doubt many in the scientific community would agree with such a statement, but I believe I understand the thrust of it.
You said thrust.
We cannot address facts if we mask them in emotionality. That's exactly it, Doc. I couldn't have said it better myself. Indeed. Thus my attempt to synthesize the thought properly. Well, thank the dark powers that made us. Someone in here's the smart one. Very well. We shall take a strategic, scientifically sound approach. We will agree upon facts, develop hypotheses, test and validate. If I rely on the science, I will never be wrong. Sounds good to me, compadre. Let's start assembling them facts. Can I ask you some questions then? You may. Let us begin. Alright, so you told me that the thing that makes your plasma addicted is how good it makes you feel when you wake up from it. From your scientific perspective, what makes it feel good? From a chemical perspective, good feelings, or positive emotions, are the result of neurotransmitter action. Considering the specific emotions felt in the immediate moment are contentment and satisfaction, it is certain that I am experiencing an oxytocin and dopamine release. It is a primary.
It's not the addiction, it's the
laboratory
it's over half.
constant drive in animals towards stimulating the release of amygdala receptive neurotransmitters. I think you're gonna need to boil that down for me, Doc. I did not come here to teach. But so be it. Ask your questions.
I don't know any of this here malarkey. I'm a cowboy.
I'm a simple, not a city slicker cowboy. I know cows. I know how to ranch. I know how to tie you up in 7 different ways. But you find out.
The limbic system functions as the emotional center of the brain, responsible for emotional responses such as joy, fear, and anger.
So it's like the part of my brain deciding if I should be scared of a rattlesnake or happy about a belly full of blood.
Precisely. It plays a crucial role in forming memories and making decisions based on emotional experiences. Often called the lizard brain, it's evolutionarily one of the older parts of the brain, indicating its fundamental role in regulating survival instincts.
I've been called lizard brain before, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't a compliment.
Probably not.
What's this about neurotransmitters?
Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers that neurons use to communicate with each other. For example, social bonding reliably triggers a release of oxytocin, creating a sense of security and attachment.
So if I'm reading you right, when I'm feeling all snug after a good feed, is them oxytocin neurotransmitters doing their thing?
Exactly. This process is an integral part of our brain's reward system, encouraging behaviors that are perceived as beneficial for our survival and well-being.
So survival feels good, basically.
Yes, though I would not publish such a statement in an academic paper.
So what's all this stuff really mean in the end, Doc? Why does this neurotransmitter stuff even matter?
An intriguing question. Naturally, emotion does not have a practical evolutionary application on its own. However, these emotions signal to the reptilian brain whether or not we are under threat.
Well, dang, now I think we're getting somewhere. I think the answer's right in front of us.
Oh? And what is it that your rooting, tooting brain can synthesize that mine cannot?
He feels safer than the doctor.
You don't feel safe on your own. Taking that plasma forces you to get that neurotransmitter hit.
An intriguing theory. However, evidence stands against it. Like it or not, I am a vampire. The only thing that may threaten me is the sun or a more powerful vampire. I should not be experiencing feelings of mortal danger. I am not immortal. Logically, I should know such a thing is ridiculous.
You're dealing with that should statement again.
Doesn't matter what logic says.
No, what are not in this
Part
office.
of your brain that says it's in danger. That part doesn't care about logic.
An astute point, and an inconvenient one. That we should be saddled with such vestigial primal concerns is most unfortunate.
Can't avoid the fact that we still got them human concerns. At least we don't gotta poop, huh?
Well, that's good to know, I guess.
Oh dear, and you are doing so well. At least I have nothing to fear from you.
Or my poop, because I don't have any.
It's true, though. We're still animals, partner. We gotta satisfy the animal. Just not through pooping.
This has gone to shit.
But we are immortal. Why do we have
This is a lot of
animal
crap.
fears and emotions? What possible use do they have?
They keep us alive.
Yes.
Or in this case, undead.
Nope, okay.
Dr. Dre is diminishing the entire human, or rather animal experience in his pursuit
Just gotta find the positive.
Yeah.
dogmatic for a scientist.
But we are immortal.
Sometimes, Doc, you are just too smart for your own good. You're logicking away all the good things about being human. I mean, let's say we freed ourselves from those biological concerns. Got rid of all them fears and insecurities and quirks. Why are we doing anything then? I don't know about you, Doc, but I don't want to turn into a computer. All them great discoveries and works of art came from our humanity.
Perhaps it is so. Do you know, I've met Isaac Newton several times. The young fellow was motivated indeed, but it was his human vindictiveness that made him so effective. All those motherfuckers who called me a nerd are going to pay, mark my words, he would say. Or something along those lines.
And then an apple hit him on his head.
So, he was making sure none of those motherfuckers could hurt him.
And then he yelled at the guy in a long scarf to get out of the
It's not
tree.
just the love of science that drove the man. It is such a disappointing notion, however, to think that we cannot transcend our reptilian brain, even when we are beyond death.
Well, we're dealing in facts, though. And I think what we're coming to is that your reptilian brain doesn't feel safe.
Which is absolutely ridiculous. But I must admit that it is somehow true. What a devastating revelation. Dr. Drain, for all his scientific achievement, is just an emotional little laboratory rat who bases all his decisions in fear.
Oh, that one's blaming. Nope, okay.
I believe Dr. Drain is inflicting upon himself what the children of the sun call a self-burn.
What a devastating revelation. Dr. Drain, for all his scientific achievement.
Yeah, you just jump right to that extreme. You're probably the smartest fella I ever met, Doc. You ain't a science god, but who is? I think there's a lot of room between being a lab rat and being the perfect logical being.
You are, of course, correct. Letting my emotions get the better of me. Most unscientific.
Doc, I want to go back to one of them things I was telling you about in our first session, and that's self-compassion. Let's say you had some vampire apprentice, a scientist like you, who didn't know nothing like what you know, said they were down on themselves for all the reasons you are. What would you say to them?
Well, I would explain that progress is non-linear. The scientific method, in fact, celebrates failure. That which does not conform to theory still informs theory.
Any chance you could put the scientist away and talk to their human side?
Well, I suppose I would say that it is fine, that all things are temporary, and the universe does not care to condemn them.
So how can we get you to say them things to yourself, Doc?
My situation is not the same. I was trained in the age of discovery. I bear the responsibility for that age. What if this project of mine, to create the blood that will sustain the world, is not what I am here for? Then what is my purpose?
Well, let me ask you, what's the purpose of a gopher?
Rodentia, geometry. Rodents endemic to North America, known for their tunneling ability and as agricultural pests. I believe they are the prey of owls, snakes, and coyotes, and are omnivorous themselves, consuming vegetables, insects, and small mammals.
I wasn't expecting you to be so thorough. I don't think I knew half that stuff.
Which is weird considering I lived in the West. There's gophers everywhere.
I have come to learn nearly everything there is to know about mammalian biology as a result of my research. Please get to the point.
I don't think I forgot what it was.
We had a nice golf course there once.
That is not.
The golfer said no.
Yep.
Hold on a sec. I think I
Then
got
Bill Murray blew it up.
My God, you animals, you blew it up!
Gophers have a purpose.
Have a purpose. Driving people crazy, that's what. Used to wreak havoc on the farmland back in Missouri.
And golf courses, as we have established.
Absolutely ridiculous. That is not their purpose. It's an ill-informed anthropocentric philosophy defined and subscribed to entirely by said anthropocentrists.
I didn't know bugs could do that.
Anthropocentrists, not arthropods. Humans. Homo sapiens. I am saying that you have created a purpose for the gopher that the gopher is entirely unaware of.
So, who made your purpose, Dr. Drain?
What? Well, I did, I suppose.
So if you made it, you can change it, right?
But how can I change my purpose? I have always been a scientist. So that's what I am.
All right, well, let's take that scientific approach and try to figure out who the man behind the scientist is.
Very well. If we look at the behavior of our subject, myself, we can infer a few things. If we examine my behavior, one can draw comparison to a threatened higher-thinking mammal. I spend much time in ensuring personal safety and security.
What about your more peaceful moments? What do they look like?
I believe these feelings are only medically induced through my special plasma. However, Dr. Drain appears to be at rest when he is full and satisfied.
And your synthetic blood doesn't do that for you.
I am forced to admit that at present, it does not.
Dr. Drain, what do you think of drinking something a little more fresh and human?
I will not. I do not have to. That depraved vampire, Lord Luridus, is the source of all that is base and vulgar about my person.
Hold your horses there, partner.
Frau Blucher!
This ain't a refined gentleman. Calling him depraved is just like calling yourself depraved.
But I do not do the depraved things Lord Luridus does.
But you're starting from a position of disgust for the Lord Luridus part of you. How are you going to reconcile what he is when you're labeling him?
But I don't wish to reconcile with him.
Well, what
I want to
if
turn
you've
people
done
into
some work
dinosaurs.
once in a while?
Wait.
Maybe you can keep him from coming out.
Do you not understand what I have been working toward for the last 400 years? I will finally be able to transcend this thing that I am. I shall be a parasite no more.
Labeling?
Yeah, it sounds it.
Dr. Drain, what you are ain't a parasite. Look what you've done with your time here.
Oh, forgive me for wanting to transcend the lifestyle of a female mosquito.
I mean, they're an endangered species, you know.
Well, heck, maybe you wouldn't be so keen to transcend if you didn't call yourself them names. We all gotta consume to live, Bronco. Ain't no such thing as a perpetual life machine.
I believe you are trying to invoke the first law of thermodynamics.
Refresh my memory.
Energy cannot be destroyed or created in an isolated system. It can only be transformed.
Oh, yeah, that's basically what I'm saying.
Well, it is a salient point, I must admit.
Dr. Drain, we really gotta talk about some kind of middle path here. Back home, we tried the whole abstinence thing a few times, and it didn't go too well. We tried to stop drinking, and that just made people only do bad drinking. We tried telling teenagers sex was evil, and that just made them want it even more while being ashamed of themselves. What if you just tried to do some of them things Lord Lourdes does? Just don't do them the way he does.
I find the idea utterly repellent.
Yeah, but then you go and take that plasma, and Lord Lourdes makes the decisions. We don't want that, right?
Fine. Fine. I'll drink some blood.
We could have Crimson grab you something right now.
But I warn you, Sam, the price of failure is most dear. If I should lose my humanity, all of humanity will lose.
Okay, no.
The entire world will suffer for Dr. Drain's failure.
Control fallacy.
Yeah.
The future that he holds.
But I warn you, Doc, you really can't be putting the weight of the world on your shoulders. That ain't something you can control, compadre. Now I know you're a capable fella, but the world is gonna turn with or without you.
You think so? I can't imagine someone with my highly rational mind feeling so strongly if my prediction weren't firmly rooted in fact.
I know it all seems real heavy right now. Just show yourself a little compassion and patience. Beating yourself up over a future that ain't happened yet isn't gonna help you. We need to go back to this thing I brought up before. You're a smart fella, Dr. Drain, but sometimes you're forgetting vampire commonality. We've all felt like the world was ending, that we're awful monsters. But them feelings are our perceptions alone.
Yes, I'm aware. Perhaps I've been a little too human in my wobbles. However, you forget my training and history. I am not an average vampire. I was trained by the great Professor William Harvey. I have had 4 centuries to unlock the secrets of animal biology. I have a duty to humanity and to my own legacy. A duty I should not fail in. Otherwise,
Good.
what does it all for?
Hold your horses there, amigo.
From Luca.
You've got a duty to humanity? Well, that ain't scientific at all. It
That's
ain't
right, you.
just anthropocentric. It's Dr. Drain-centric. Nobody said you had to do anything. Remember when we first started talking, I told you about them should statements? That's what you're doing, compadre. Just remember that them shoulds are yours.
Hey, Waffle.
Must be
Having fun with that game?
I invoke the same delusions over and over again.
Hey, come on, dog. You should be proud of yourself. You know what the difference is between you and vampires who never improve themselves?
Not concerned about being cool?
You ain't like other vampires. You ain't concerned about being cool and sexy.
Oh yes, of course. It was a very deliberate choice of mine to not be cool or sexy.
Someone probably thinks you're cool or sexy, let's face it.
Under normal circumstances, I'd be the cover model for Cool People Aficionado magazine, but I rejected their calls.
Wait, really?
No, not really. I actually think Cool People Aficionado magazine exists.
Can it?
Shucks, I guess now that you say it again, it sounds kind of silly.
Technically, that are what the gossip magazines are.
Vampires who never improve, is. You're smarter than they are. If anyone can lick this addiction problem, it's you.
I was smarter than other vampires yesterday, and it has availed me no solutions. I have a great many problems, but intellect is not one of them.
Yeah, I guess you're right. What I meant to say was, you're here. You've made a commitment to getting your head on straight. And you're getting there, my friend. Already you're making some big changes and investing in yourself. I can see it. So let's cut Dr. Drain a break. How about it, amigo? He doesn't need the weight of the world on him. There's only one thing he should do, and that's have a little understanding and empathy for himself. You get me?
Yes, I get you. Very well. I shall try to keep a clear head. And I will arrange to drink some real blood. There's plenty of it in the lab. I shall just liberate some of it.
Good man. We'll talk about how it's gone next month, all right?
Indeed. Until then, Sam. And thank you for your patience.
I ain't got nothing but time, amigo. You can thank me by being patient with yourself.
All the same, you have my thanks. I shall see you in a few weeks then.
Farewell.
Well done indeed, son. I think
Oh,
we are
this isn't the
starting
rule
to
of
see
three then.
version of the good doctor in the making.
I hope you're right, boss. That fella's awful hard on himself.
That is normal, my friend. Being a vampire takes a lot of self-acceptance. He is only taking his first steps in discovering this.
Yeah, fair enough. Took other people forgiving me for me to forgive myself.
And now you pass on this gift of compassion to Dr. Train. Now, Samuel, the evening is still young. See what the night has to offer downstairs.
That sounds good, Andy.
Considering I've been sitting here for 2 weeks and have been very thirsty.
Also, the groove in the chair has become semi-permanent.
Yep.
I always come out of the dock sessions feeling dumber than ever. I'll check in with Crimson. She's always got some bartender's wisdom to share. Howdy, Crimson. Looks like a nice crowd tonight.
They're always a nice crowd, cowboy. We like to maintain an asshole-free zone.
I'll try not to be an asshole then.
I'm not worried about you, cowboy. You had a session tonight, didn't you?
You could tell, huh?
Poor fella. We had a hard talk about what being a vampire means. He's having a hard time coming to terms with it, even after 400 years.
I can understand that. I've stopped aging for the last 20 years and don't know how I feel about it yet. How do you think you went with it?
It went pretty
I
well.
think we're finally getting somewhere, actually. It's funny. A lot of vampires forget they're human, but he keeps forgetting he's a vampire. But just like we can't opt out of being human, can't opt out of being vampires either.
Must have been a hard talk, cowboy. I sometimes wonder what I am. Staying the same age, drinking Andy's blood to live. Don't get me wrong. I like not being dead, but I still feel like I'm living on borrowed time.
Is this a good time to ask why you don't just join the dark side? It ain't that bad being dead.
I'm just not sure what I'd do with forever, you know? Eternity's a long time.
Yeah, I think a lot of us vampires can't answer that question either. I don't think there's one answer anyway.
There you go. So I guess I'll keep putting off the question.
But nobody's rushing you, Crimson.
You think I'd let anyone? But thanks for listening, cowboy. Now where would you go mingle? There's a new fella in the kink room who's very interested to meet you.
Ooh, a
Guess
new
I'll
one,
be
huh?
social then. Thanks, Crimson. Wait a
Oh
second.
god, it's Alice Cooper!
Greetings, my child.
Keep your distance, amigo. I know our kind ain't had good history, but I ain't in the mood for an exorcism or nothing.
Ah, my child of the dark. If I were to exorcise you, nothing would be left when I was done. Only the good Lord is free of sin. We are all children of darkness.
Holy smokes, what Bible have you been reading?
I know my scripture, my son. However, I am by scripture and dark metal ordained, and by any church of men.
So, you're some kind of freelance priest?
Yes, I suppose I am. It is the only way I can give succor to those who need it most.
So I gotta ask, seeing as we're in a kink room, what kind of sucker are we talking about?
I follow in the path of the Lord. I share my body, and I share my blood.
Ain't this a little blasphemous for your kind?
To whom, my child? God is in everything, including you, sweet vampire. Can God blaspheme against himself?
You are definitely not like Alexander from Full Metal
Those who live in darkness.
or no, Helsing.
I choose to live in darkness with them. Come, my son. I shall give succor to you.
Well, all right. Maybe if you stop calling it that.
Okay. Could you move your hair? It's a little out of the way.
Thou shalt not want, my son. Are you comforted?
It's priest. Have a little priest.
Yes, I am.
I know those of my faith have hunted your kind. Perhaps we fear our own sin, so we seek the sins of others. I seek only the Lord in everything. As do we all, whether we know it or not.
You ain't wrong, I suppose. Hey, a little awkward, but what's your name, fella?
I can't read the title cards. I'm not that meta.
I am Kieran. It means little dark one. The night always did call to me.
You're
Okay, but why are you dressed like a member of KISS?
Oh, but I'm gonna turn in. A little sleepy now.
Go with God, my child of the night.
Oh, yeah.